Hi everybody in YouTube land, this is Tony. I'm posting this because in the last couple of days I've been watching the updated videos come out, and I really want to offer a little advice to people. What I've been noticing, and it might be because of the time of year, because it's winter, it's dark, it's dreary, people haven't been getting out. And a lot of them, their feelings are getting the better of them. Maybe they're becoming depressed or full of anxiety or irritated. And, the thing I love about YouTube is that in general, we're not always happy people. I mean, we have good and bad days like all human beings. But we're generally very super supportive of one another, and we're not attacking and being vicious and the vitriol kind of stuff I talked about on these forums and these chat boards is horrible. But that on YouTube, we're really, I think we treat each other nicely in general. And I've always had a very good experience with, my channel and the comments and that kind of thing. But anyway, what I've noticed is there's a bunch of people right now, either they seem really depressed, they're kind of losing it, they're binging, they're doing all sorts of things that are not good. And I want to say that, my friend Connie Stapleton, who's a psychiatrist, and she specializes in the mental health issues of people after weight loss surgery, recommends that every single person who has weight loss surgery should go to therapy for 1 year. Now, I realize not everyone has the money to do that or the insurance to cover that, but if it's within your means, to get counseling for at least a year to help you deal with things that are going to come up, because you can no longer self-medicate with food. Okay, if you've been morbidly obese, if you've been 100 pounds or more over your ideal weight, you have been using food for something other than nutrition, right? I know I did. I used it. It was my, if I was nervous, if I was anxious. I have anxiety disorder, although, knock on wood, I've been doing really, really well for the last several years, mostly because my anxiety came from my fears. I was afraid of doctors, for example. And, when I was morbidly obese, I didn't ever want to go to the doctor and hear the lecture, right? And then, time went on, and I got more and more afraid to go to the doctor, which made my anxiety worse. So every time I had a little ache or pain or something, I was sure I was dying from something, right? Because I hadn't been to the doctor 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, and it ended up being 10 years. And it was my facing that anxiety, actually that fear, that helped me fight the anxiety. I think, because now I go to the doctor all the time, I have all regular visits, and I face the fear, which made the fear basically go away. And so luckily, thank gosh, I'm not suffering from anxiety now, but I sure as heck know what it's like, and it's horrible. It was exhausting to have anxiety attacks, exhausting. But anyway, whatever it is you're experiencing, if you're having depression, anxiety attacks, whatever it is, you can no longer, make that stuff feel better by eating. And so you might do other things that are harmful, like you might be taking drugs, or you might be drinking too much, or you might be spending money shopping, or you might be exercising too much. Believe it or not, that's also, you can hurt yourself with too much exercise. Because we're all just trying to deal with stuff, and if you don't know how to deal with it, you might deal with it the wrong way. And a good way, though, is to come here and share your feelings. I think that's cathartic. But for those of you who are really suffering right now, there may be other issues you need to deal with that you don't even know yet, and a psychiatrist can help you do that. Figure out what's wrong. And that's my advice, is go get some help if you can. And even if you don't have the money, call the crisis hotline. There are resources for people. There are lots of nonprofits and things that do offer mental health, care to people for no money, or for what you can afford. They have like a sliding scale. So don't think that it's out of your range. It might not be. And let's continue to work hard in YouTube to support each other. And if somebody needs support and they're reaching out, send a link to that video to somebody that you trust that can give them good support and help, people out. We are such a great community, truly we are. We have a lot of knowledge between us collectively, and no one person knows everything. God knows I don't, and I'm not a doctor, so I can't help you with your depression or anxiety, but I can give you my story about what helped me. For me, my advice to people suffering from anxiety is look at the fear that's bringing on the anxiety, whatever it is. In my case, I had a fear of doctors, okay? Fear of medical stuff in general. I couldn't even watch drug commercials because I would listen to the symptoms of, like, if you have this or that, and I would, it was like weird. It was like being what's that word when you think you have every illness? Hypochondriac, but being afraid to go to the doctor. It was terrible. It kind of built on itself. So I know it all when I look back on it now, I go, that's silly. There's a great Springsteen song that says, someday we'll look back on this and it'll all seem funny. I can't remember the song. Anyway, and it does. I'm like, oh my God, why was that's crazy. Well, okay, I was a little crazy. But anyway, I love y'all. Get help if you need it. And be good to each other here on YouTube, all right? All right, bye.